Hey everybody, welcome back. So yeah, sorry, I had I was a few steps into my next video, and I looked in just to check to see how my recordings were going, and then X had crashed on me for some reason. Oh well. So what I had been doing, so the first thing we did was open, let's do Gentoo Xorg. So I had installed, I did VirtualBox, guest editions. I did, see, you gotta be real careful with this damn awesome and everything. It just keeps spawning new windows, holding down the Windows key. Anyways, so yeah, we installed X, made a couple changes, so let's go ahead and log in here. Go over one, and so nano, etc, portage, make conf. Made a couple changes here. Let's go ahead and open up those. Tail fr log merge dash fetch root tail fr log merge dot log. All right. So yeah, as you can see, I've built X11 before X crashed. Okay, so what I did was so I decided that we should probably do a Xfce base with SLiM, and then from there build the awesome everything, because we need to get like Xfce terminal or something up so that we have a decent terminal to work with. I don't want to work in URXVT before I get the specs for it, because it just looks awful until you get my X configs in there. But anyways, wanted to build the X server first, so we put X in the use variable, and they recommend some use flags here. Let's just do a quick search for use. Let's see, somewhere in here. Well, anyways, I found it in here somewhere before everything crashed. So anyways, they recommend using dbus, JPEG, lock, session startup, Thunar, udev, and I took off the GNOME. Everything else was as it was. I'm also going to put ALSA in here, because that should pull in ALSA. Alright. So the X server built Xorg drivers, and then built Xorg X11 right here. And VirtualBox, like I said, VirtualBox guest editions, and that gets us caught up. So the next thing we want to do, let's take a look at our actually, let's not do it there, let's do it here. X. Yes. So let's take a look at groups and exit, go into our group and see which ones we're added to. So we are on video, we are on audio, we're on wheel, users, portage. Oh, I also did installed sudo. So let's do nano etc sudoers and go down until we get find root, and we can really copy this. And we can uncomment the wheel for no passwords. We'll probably want to add a few things. You know what? Let's you gotta be careful of that Windows button. Let's go ahead and quit out of this. Huh. Alright, fine, be that way. And we do EM And nope, that's not what we wanted. We wanted sudo su. Bear with me here. We'll probably want to put this in there. All equals. So if I was to say there was one thing that was the most difficult to deal with, in Gentoo, it is user privileges and network. Let me finish writing this. That's probably the most difficult thing I've had, and that's why I'm a little hesitant to get rid of GNOME completely, because you need something that's going to handle your passwords. So anyways, X11's done. Let's open up ALSA. Go over here. And we'll also want to do Pulse Audio. Do ALSA first. Assuming the drivers were done correctly. Let's do a use. Now let's do a merge AV media libs ALSA lib. And let's see, anything else we want? Gin toolkit's already done. Also utils. So I'm doing this a little bit out of my normal order. Let's see if this will go through. I'm not sure if it will. I've made some changes to the use flags, and now I'm installing stuff on top of that. So I don't know if this is going to work or not. Might have some conflicts. Hit the Windows key. You got to be careful. Alright, get out of there before I screw something up. Need to get our Star Wars back up here. Alright, no, okay, is there anything in here that we want to add? ALISP, sound file, static clips. I'm not going to do anything yet. Leave it as is. There are a couple times where I'll show you kind of the way I like to do use flags per package. Shouldn't take too long. Make sure all those changes took effect. Yep. So when you get wheel, you'll be able to get to everything, and your user here, and you can put anything in here that you want access to without passwords. Like I said, when I first did my install, I went straight SLiM and Awesome, and just had a hell of a time with network. Couldn't connect to anything. Passwords were just kept kicking me off of everything. So I figured I'm going to do a full, like I said, KDE install. And if you have any problems, probably want to install dbus and polkit, and let those run as default. So once we get dbus installed, then we'll make sure it's set to default. I'm actually finishing up. There it is. Alright, so ALSA. So got that now, so let's do euse ALSA. Yeah, I don't know what that is. Leave it alone for now. Also utils were installed, so let's see what we also lib, also utils. Okay. Now do we need to start anything? Let's take a look. Yeah. etc, so this is the OpenRC start it, and we will RC update, add also sound at boot, and let's just see if we can I don't know, I think we might need to reboot, yeah. We might need to reboot before we get that. Anyways, pulse mixer. So unmute that. Unmute that. Unmute that. Unmute that. If I remember right, VirtualBox has just a ridiculous number of sound. Just ridiculous. Just keeps going. I remember I think it was my last Arch install. I was like, and it keeps going. And oh, beep. No beep. Although I haven't taken the beep off mine now. I think once you get a little cleaner on what you actually input, it's not that bad. It's actually kind of cool if you're able to eliminate how many times it beeps at you. Okay, I think it's escape there, and we do speaker test T wave C2.
Front, left.
Sweet.
Front, right, front, left.
Seems to be working. Okay, also is installed. Pulse audio. We have UDEV, I believe, in our let's do nano etc portage make.conf again. Do we have UDEV? Yeah, we do have UDEV. And let's just see if it's installed. Emerge S UDEV. And see if we can up page up. Yeah, see, now it's screwing with me again. Oh well. I'm pretty sure it's installed. Let's just do an emerge AV sys fs udev and sys auth console kit. So R, I believe, means reinstall, so those were installed, but we'll do it again. Excuse me. Pulse audio is in our make.conf. We could do some extra stuff in here, but I'm not going to. Let's see how much this is going to take. We'll want to start console kit, make it default. We already have audio. He wants us to delete our user audio. I think I remember doing that. You know what, I'm not going to, because I think this is for console kit systemd login d manage permissions. No one will be part of that group. And I'm not doing. Alright, so let's do an emerge S for Pavu control. And we'll change that to AV. Okay. Yeah, that's going to take some doing, so we'll go ahead and get started on that. And that's going to take a while, so I'll be back in a little bit. Okay, so this is still building the Pavu control. But I figured what we can do now is we can work on some of the Xfce stuff. So we've already set profile to 3, and so let's go ahead and go over here. And so let's cd to etc portage. So if you want to see what I think is a good way to, and I don't think I can kill this without killing the whole thing. If we want to see, which is sudo su and cd to etc portage. CDP is, yeah, like I said, cd to portage, etc portage, and sudo su. So what I have here is a lot of people would just do this right here. They would echo something like, for this Poplar deal, don't install Qt4, and they just get this massive package use file. And so what I recommend doing is, and right here we can see there's nothing really here. There's no package.use or anything. So I'm going to make some directories. Mk directory package.license, package.unmask, package.keywords, package.mask, package.use. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go echo app text poplar minus Qt4, and I'm going to instead pipe in that into just the generic package.use. I'm going to do it slightly different. So I'm going to go cd, I wonder if I can do this. No, I can't. Don't have ZSH completions yet. cd package.use, and I'm going to go nano, and I'm going to call this just Xfce, because these are things that are needed for the Xfce package. So I'm going to go ahead and go in here, and I'm going to say app text poplar minus Qt4, and I'm going to say, let's comment this and say avoid gnome and other large devs. Dev till cmake minus Qt4. So again, what this does is it keeps the, this is all coming from source, and the source package has some Qt stuff and some GTK stuff. In this case, we only want the GTK. It'll cut down a huge library. You won't have to install all the Qt library, supporting libraries. It'll be significantly less. If you leave this in here, it's going to pull in a whole bunch of KDE to support the Qt4. So, GNOME base has an HTTP use flag. We're going to GNOME base gvfs minus HTTP, and we'll just do that when we install it. Okay, so Control X, Y, and Enter. And now we have an Xfce. So what I also do is, when you get later on, you'll get these prompt you, hey, you want us to update some package dot something or package dot keywords. It always picks the last one in your list. So if we do cd to dot keywords, and that's a ZSH completion, we'll get to that later. You'll see that there's a ZZ template, and what it'll do is, if you remember that HW clock, it's dot underscore number, and then it was HW clock. What it'll do is it'll pick the last file. It'll do dot 0 underscore or dot config underscore ZZ template, and if I leave this empty, then I can just move it to another place without having to delete what was in it before. Does that make sense? So I'm going to say touch ZZ template dot dot. Oh, Yeah, I already have it there. Never mind. And I'm going to say touch ZZ template. And oh god, it's really irritating. I hit the Windows key. So if I go ls dot keywords, another one that has a lot, you'll see this also has a ZZ template in it. And if we do cat dot keywords ZZ template, there's nothing in it. So we'll do cd dot dot ls touch ZZ. Yeah, so it'll be package dot keywords ZZ template, and it'll be empty. And then, like I said, it'll populate it, and then there won't be anything in it. So it'll just be only what that needed to be changed will be in there. So it's like, you'll see what I mean. And we can do the same thing for the others, but that doesn't happen very often. Next thing we can do is nano make.conf. Since we're already in here, we don't have to do this in here. We can do this make ops. Yeah, this here. Accept license UELA. Accept equals star at ULA. So that way you don't have to you don't actually need any sign. So if you go what is it? Yeah, this package.license, you don't really need it because of that, but I left it in there anyway. The next thing we can do is menu boss, and you can pick your language. English. So there you go. Alright, so yeah, we only got a few left. What else can we do while that's building? Yeah, did we already do pulse audio? That's what we're doing now, right? Yeah, we need to do console kit. So let's see if so we do a RC status, and we grep console kit. RC status. Okay, so we don't have console kit is not started. And if we do, I believe we're installing that now, right? I can't remember exactly. I think we're just doing pulse audio. I think we did console kit. I think that's what we're building now, right? So we don't have it yet. Alright, getting close. So RC status, syslog, cronny, SSHD, all those stuff we started earlier. Done with pockets. The other one, what else did we start? I don't see anything here. Okay. (31 to 34). This might take a while. I'll go ahead and pause it here. Be back in a second. Alright, welcome back. So all I did pretty much was the Pavu control, and that's it there. So let's do an emerge search for console kit. Nope, it's not installed, so we need to do an install. Shouldn't take too long. Might have already been installed. It looked like it. Huh. 0 download. So let's do another status. Yeah, console kit's not even on there. I haven't added it yet. Okay, so we'll just do etc init.d console kit status. I think we already know it's not there. Start it. And rc update add console kit default. And we do this again, we'll see console kit is started and is default. We already did the user. Yeah, I'm not going to do this because I think it's for systemd. Also plugins, already installed it. Yeah, don't need anything there. Okay, so let's go ahead and build Xfce. We've already added the use flags. Yeah, let's go ahead and go back over here. Nano, we're already in UTC portage. Nano make.conf. No, not that one. Sorry, then keywords. Nano UTC nano package.use Xfce. And again, we can just put everything in here for Xfce, so we can have Xfce plugins equals brightness clock trash oh, sorry, that goes into make.conf. I was right. Okay. Make.conf. Getting tired. I'll put it under here. Xfce plugins equals brightness clock trash. XY enter. Now let's go ahead and build it. Merge AV. We'll do a time on this. Xfce 4 meta. Xfce 4 notify D. Merge deselect Y. Xfce 4 notify D. We don't want any of that. Huh. Yeah, it says install Xfce notify D, but deselect notify D. It's kind of strange. Did I get that right? Meta notify D and merge deselect Y. Huh. Oh well. Go ahead and do that. I don't know how long this will take. Might be a big package. It's getting kind of late. Yeah, 45, 80 packages total. Oh well. I'll pause it, come back. Maybe today, maybe tomorrow. Talk to you later. Hey, that only took a little over 14 minutes. That's not too bad. Couldn't even get through a YouTube vid. Okay, so what did we do last? Meta did this funny thing here. Blah blah blah. Already did that. Did that there. Okay. we definitely want Xfce terminal. So yeah, we're going to yeah. So we're gonna get into the Xfce workspace and kind of build our awesome and URXVT and all that stuff from Xfce, so that we are able to have a decent looking system as we're working. Because awesome with URXVT right off the bat looks terrible. White backgrounds, tiny font. Yeah, we need to build the fonts. We need to we need to build the awesome system itself, all that kind of good stuff. So this way it's a lot easier, and there's things in the background of a desktop environment that make things easier. With the KDE install, I wanted something real solid for my main driver here. As my main system, I wanted something real solid underneath. It's the most supported Gentoo desktop environment, so I figured that's probably the safest fallback in case something funny happens. Like I said, I did a bare bones install of Xfce and SLiM, and I could not get my wireless working. I hacked it to work once where it would connect to one network only, and if I tried to do anything else, it kept failing on me. I'm not exactly sure what it was, but anyways, we'll try to make it work. Let's see. We do see, these are some of the things you need to do. I mean, if you don't have a KDE or GNOME, you need to like install the GTK engines and stuff like that. I mean, it's pretty bleak at first, and we're not going to go into all this stuff. We'll check and see what parts of Thunar were installed, but I'm not exactly sure what comes in with this meta package. It should be mostly, since Thunar is in the make.conf, it should bring in everything, but we'll check. We do want the GTK engine though. It's funny, you know how funny it is with Arch when you install something, it just gives you those ugly GNOME icons. Well, in Gentoo, when you do something like that, like there is no icon. It's kind of funny. Alright, where are we? 2 of 8. Okay, what are we going to do after? So, I don't have it in here, but there is the option. You know, so if we go to my go to my and again, this is ZSH completion. So when we get to that stage, like if you look in here, there's package.license.unmask.d, .keywords, .mask, .use. If we do just enough for ZSH to know, that's all we need. Hit tab, it knows which folder to go into, and you don't need the CD because again, ZSH completions knows all about that stuff. So, like if we look at, let's just look at awesome. Is it in here? And let's just do. Let's look at the general. I don't know what's in here. No, that was because of a strange issue there. Oh, keyword. Okay. So if we do .key, that's all we need. Hit tab, enter, and this should have awesome. Yeah, Vim awesome. So there's these this idea with like if we do, I'm trying to explain this. So EIX, and I'll explain EIX soon. So if you look at awesome, the stable version is 3.14.15, which is the old, obviously the old system, right? And these squigglies mean this except keyword called AMD64. So if you were to just do emerge AV awesome, and let's make it official and call it X11-WM, it would install 3.14.15, and my entire system would fail. It would be my old system back that I had like 2 years ago would work, but this one wouldn't because this is based off the most current awesome. So what you do is in your make.conf, if you want all squiggly AMD64, it's called. That's like it's kind of similar to the Debian stable, testing, and unstable. These squigglies are the testing and unstable. So it's kind of similar. So this would be your stable, testing, and unstable. So if you were to do abort, let's go back to 8. Close out here. Go back to 2. If you were to do something like accept keywords equals squiggly AMD64, then all of the unstable packages, like it would default to, I believe it would default to this. The problem with that is so I didn't do it in this build. I probably will on my next one, because if you look at the keywords, like if we do just let's clear this all out, ls, and we do things like cat arp, you'll see squiggly AMD64. So what that means is, for this program, use the unstable branch, because if we do EIX ARP scan, you'll see that the squiggly 1.9 exists, and we do cat BB squiggly AMD64 and cat glances AMD64, cat megasync AMD64. So if you were to have that except keyword in your make.conf, then all of these things, you wouldn't need all these except keyword deals. And so the danger is, if one of these unstable packages require a Python script or a package, or so Python and Ruby, the danger is that if those conflict, all of a sudden you're mixing stable with unstable branches. Everything's kind of updated, stables clumped together to the next update, and you have a mix of both. This is kind of dangerous. So when you're talking about you want a stable system with stable packages, but everything you want, calculator, Dolphin, Dropbox, Glances, Google Chrome, LuaKit, Megasync, all these Pithos for desktop, Pandora, Primus for my Optimus NVIDIA card, Skype, Samba tools, transmission, all this stuff that I rely on. It's forcing me to mix stable and unstable, and like I said, if updates come through and they conflict, all of a sudden I might not be able to use these programs because they're unstable. So the whole idea of being stable is kind of negated. My next system, like I said, I probably will have except keyword squiggly AMD64 in it. So I don't know. It's just kind of my 2 cents. I figured I'd try to be very conservative on this build, but it's actually kind of backfiring on me a little bit. Anyways, we have terminal. Yeah, why not? Merge AV Xfce4 volume D, why not? Been funny network issues today. My desktop just asked for my password. I don't know why. And it's running in Manjaro, so it's supposed to be super stable. Alright. using Pulse with Xfce 4. Alright, I'll come back in just a second once this is done. Be right back. Okay, and we're back. So we'll do the same thing for volume D pulse. We'll do no here, just because we want to do a couple of these things at once. So GTK engines, Xfce, and X11 themes, gray bird. I'm not going to do any others. Let's do a quick check to see what our merge search for Thunar. We should have most of these installed, or not. Wow. Why is it sometimes my function shift page up works and sometimes it doesn't? I have no idea. There we go, now it works. Oh, that's funny. So it's interesting oh yeah, we did, okay. So yeah, we gotta be a little careful here because if we look here, Thunar 1.6, 1.63, it is installed. It's not as clear as when EIX. Archive plugin isn't, media tags plugin isn't. So we'll need to add some of those. Okay, so let's go ahead and just do that now. EV Thunar vol and Thunar archive plugin. And these are all things I use Thunar as my main awesome file manager, so this all makes sense. That all? Let's see if my page up works. Nope. Come on. Alright, it's not working. Alright, how about tab? Maybe this will give us a list. Search for Thunar. Okay, plugin, volman. Nope, okay. That'll have to do. There's more, but it'll work for now. So, yeah, okay. So that's pretty much done. So let's do open into SLiM. Alright, we do want branding. So here's a chance where we can do cat, echo, and we'll say X11 MISC SLiM, and we want branding. This will give us the Gentoo branding console kit, PAM, and we're going to pipe that into package.use /SLiM. Make sure there's nothing else we want in here. Oh, okay. And then we do cat package.use SLiM. You can see we include branding console kit and PAM, and we'll do a merge AB. Here, let's do search for first. So I'm going between two different deals here, and again, my page up is not working. So irritating. So we'll do merge AV SLiM, and let's do X11. No, we don't need to. SLiM and SLiM themes. Okay, it is ambiguous. Okay, so we need to X11 MISC. So that's why sometimes there's a couple different SLiMs. One of them's in X11s, one's in Dev Ruby. That's an example. So in this case, we needed to give it the X11-MISC for it to know which one it's talking about. We're talking about. Shouldn't take long. Okay, so there's a couple ways to do this. Okay, yeah, so I'm going to do an XDM version and then point this to the Xinit RC. Do it that way. And let's do a nano etc slim.conf. And instead of using xsession, we'll use .xinitrc. And I wish I had a search function. Default user. And I think the default Gentoo simple is fine. And we need a, let's see, nano etc init.d or conf.d xdm, and change xdm to SLiM. Okay, and RC update, add xdm default. Not quite ready yet, I don't think. We need to have some type of launch comment here. Where is it? We'll do tab to awesome. It's not installed yet. We're just going to use the here. Okay, which ones? Nano. Let's first, if you see what's in here, hardly anything. So let's do a copy from etc xdg dot xinit. Have anything in here? Huh. Okay. We're just going to do nano dot xinit rc. And we're going to have in here exec ck launch session dbus launch sh syntax exit with session start xfce4, and make sure there's no enter here, that it's one line. Alright, is there anything else we need to do? Oh, we need to start XDM default. Did we already do that? Yep. RC update. Let's do an etc init.d XDM start. Cross our fingers. No, didn't do. Why didn't it work? Hold on. Okay. And let's do Control C exit. Control C exit. Start X, I guess. Okay. So let's reboot, see what happens. Cross the fingers, I guess, huh? Oh, you know what? We might need to do a full system install again, or update. So I'm going to go ahead and do an emerge -u uvdna add world. This is probably going to pull in a bunch of stuff because we had a bunch of changed variables and everything in there. So I'll probably end the video letting this chug through and pick it up on the next one. Quite a few make.conf changes, all that kind of good stuff. It might be a pretty large update. We'll see what happens. Come on. Not too bad. Let's see what happens. Getting kind of late, so if this doesn't work, I'll just end it here and come back later, try to figure out what happened. So let's just see while that's building. XDM, oh, it's XDM crashed. Okay. Let's see, update. Let's do it to init etc init.d xdm. Well, I don't want to do it now because we're building this package. And the updates here. I have no idea how long this video has been because I don't have a clock running. So could be pretty long. See, that's the problem with Gentoo, is things just drag out for days. In this case, it's going to be 2 days. It started what, 5 p.m. as soon as I got home. Alright, well, I'll be back when this is done. Alright, I'm back. So, rebuilt, you know, full world sync here. I'm going to do a quick depth clean real quick, see if there's anything that needs to happen in here. Here we go. So here's kind of what some of the things you can run into is you run into these Perl issues. So I'm going to go ahead and do a merge AV Perl cleaner. Oops. And we're going to install the Perl cleaner. And we're going to do Perl cleaner. And then we're going to say all modules. Two dashes. This will probably take a while, and I'll be back. Okay, just got done rebuilding all the modules for Perl, and I'm just going to do a Python on updater. And it's the same kind of deal. I mean, it's Perl and Python. I mean, sometimes you just need to, like if you look here, not yet. So XDM crashed, but we do like eSelect Python list. So I'm using 2.7 now. Most everything has a 2.7, but at some point they may force an upgrade to higher levels. But using Python for now. But once that's done, we are going to want to. Okay, eventually I'll get there. Don't want to do that. And the other window's open. Nope. We'll wait for that. Not sure how long it'll take. Yeah, my network is definitely messing with me right now. Don't know why. I have to reboot my router. Oh well, I'll be right back once this is done. It's turning into a bunch of little clips, but I'll be right back. And we're back. So yeah, it should be good. So I am going to reboot and see if that solved the XDM issues. So let's go ahead and do that now. And if we're lucky, we'll start up into SLiM. If it doesn't work at this point, then I'll just quit and come back at another time because it's getting late. Maybe do one more world update and see what happens. Alright, didn't work. And it crashed again, so let's do a merge uvdna add world. See what it asks for. See if it gives us any more errors. Should work. SLiM's installed. I might need to actually update some more packages because I think last time it stalled out with that Perl error. It's all done. let's do first a merge search for SLiM. So there'll be a few of them. And it is installed. And my page up is not working. Lovely. Leave me alone. So we'll do etc init.d xdm restart. Yeah, so I don't know what the problem is here, but I'm going to make this the final, oh come on, the final video for now, and I'll come back later once I where did it go? Do not hit the Windows key in VirtualBox. This will be it for now, and then I'll do some troubleshooting, try to figure out what the problem is, and we'll catch you guys later. Bye.